In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down the science of persuasion, the core principles like reciprocity and scarcity, so you can influence people without sounding salesy. But here's the twist. Most content about persuasion teaches tactics. Use scarcity. Add urgency. Show social proof. Borrow authority. And yes, those things work. But they are surface-level amplifiers. They are not the engine. Today we're going deeper. Because persuasion is not about tricks. It's not about manipulation. It's not about psychological hacks. Persuasion is decision architecture. It's the structured reduction of uncertainty in the buyer's mind. That's it. When uncertainty drops low enough, people say yes. Not because they were pressured, but because the decision feels obvious. And once you understand that, persuasion becomes cleaner, more ethical, and much more powerful. Hi, I'm Thomas. I've spent over 20 years in the marketing industry. After working with hundreds of clients, I realized marketing only becomes predictable when it's structured. So I built frameworks to remove the chaos. Now, let's go back at it. Why most marketing fails? Here's the hard truth. Most marketers start persuasion at the wrong end of the persuasion ladder. They start with features. They explain what the product does, how it works, what's included, how many modules, how many pages, how many calls. They live in feature land, and occasionally they graduate to benefits. It saves time, it helps you grow, it increases revenue, but they rarely go deeper. Here's the problem. Your audience is not walking around thinking about features. They are not waking up saying, I wish I had a 12-module course with lifetime access. They are thinking, I'm stuck. I'm frustrated. My marketing work keeps getting reopened. I have a meeting coming on Tuesday, and I'm not sure what I have will be considered good enough. They are thinking about problems. They are thinking about inconveniences. They are thinking about the life they wish they had and the person they want to become. Attention is captured at the level of pain and aspiration, not product features. So when you lead with features, you are speaking a different language. You are basically answering a question that nobody has asked yet. And persuasion collapses before it begins. Let's define the real mechanism. People say yes when 4 things happen. First, the offer feels deeply relevant to their current situation. Second, the risk feels low and safe. Third, the decision feels logically justified. And fourth, the outcome aligns with who they want to become. Persuasion is the reduction of uncertainty across those 4 dimensions. Let's break it down. Relevance answers, is this for me? Safety answers, will I regret this? Justification answers, does this make sense? Identity answers, does this move me toward who I want to be? If any one of those feels shaky, resistance rises. If all 4 feel solid, resistance drops. Notice what's missing. Nowhere in there did I say use a countdown timer, add fake urgency, manipulate emotions. Shortcuts amplify clarity, but they do not replace it. Scarcity works when the offer is already relevant. Authority works when the problem is already articulated. Social proof works when the outcome is already desirable. Without structural clarity, tactics feel manipulative. With structure, they feel reinforcing. Now let's talk about Persuasion Ladder. Let's build a whole structural model. There are 6 ways to talk about any product. This is what I call the Persuasion Ladder. Level 1, features. Level 2, benefits. Level 3, problems solved. Level 4, the enemy the product fights. Level 5, how life gets better. Level 6, identity transformation. Most marketers operate in levels 1 and 2, features and benefits. But persuasion improves as you go deeper. Features are the weakest level. Transformation is the strongest one. Let's use a simple example. Imagine you are selling a fitness program. Feature, 12-week training system. Benefit, build muscle and lose fat. Problem solved, stop feeling out of shape and low energy. enemy the product fights. Sedentary lifestyle, inconsistency, self-doubt. Life improvement, feel confident in your clothes, have more energy daily. Identity transformation, become someone who keeps promises to themselves. Do you see the difference? Features talk about the product. Identity talks about the person. And people don't buy products. They buy progress. They buy movement toward a better version of themselves. The deeper you go on the ladder, the stronger persuasion becomes. Here's the critical insight. Strong persuasion works in reverse order. You don't start at features, you start at the relevant pain. You start at lived inconvenience. You start at the desired future state. You start at identity they wish they had. You describe their situation in their own language. Not your language, not industry jargon, their language. When you articulate someone's current struggle precisely, using their own words, you earn trust credit. Because clarity signals understanding. And someone who clearly understands their situation feels qualified to solve it. This is where persuasion shifts from feeling salesy to feeling helpful. You are not convincing, you are diagnosing. Once they feel understood, now features matter, now benefits matter. But they are not the hook, they are the justification. Features become proof, benefits become validation. The emotional decision is made at the identity or pain level. The logical brain simply needs something to defend it with. That's what features are for. Let's make this even more practical. Persuasion increases when you mirror the audience's language. You describe their current struggle accurately. You demonstrate situational awareness. You connect the offer to identity progression. Relatability builds relevance. Relevance builds trust. Trust lowers resistance, and lower resistance increases conversion. Notice how structural that is. You're not closing. You are reducing friction. You're not pushing. You are aligning. If persuasion isn't working, the problem is usually structural, not tactical. It's not that you need more urgency. It's not that you need a better hook. It's usually that you started too shallow. You are speaking about what the product is instead of what the person is experiencing or who they want to become. And when you fix structure, tactics suddenly work better because now they amplify clarity instead of compensating for confusion. This is where a lot of people hesitate. They hear persuasion and think manipulation. But manipulation hides information. Structure clarifies it. Manipulation increases confusion. Structure reduces uncertainty. Manipulation pressures. Structure aligns. Persuasion without positioning is noise. Persuasion without clarity feels manipulative. Structure makes persuasion ethical and powerful. When you truly understand your audience, when you speak to their lived experience, when you connect your offer to their identity progression, you are not tricking them. You are helping them make a confident decision. And confidence is what people actually want. So here's your takeaway. Before you add urgency, before you add testimonials, before you tweak headlines, ask yourself this: where am I on the persuasion ladder? Am I stuck at features, or am I speaking to identity? Am I reducing uncertainty, or am I just describing a product? If you build persuasion structurally, tactics become optional accelerators. If you want to go deeper into this topic, not guess it, I've put additional materials below. Check the description and the pinned comment below for helpful resources on this topic. Master the structure, and persuasion becomes inevitable.